How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
And good evening, everybody, from Northrop High School. Welcome to boys high school basketball with Summit City Sports. Tonight it should be a good one for you, as it's a battle of the unbeatens early in the 2016-2017 season, as the Fort Wayne Luers Knights are over at Northrop High School to take on the undefeated Bruins. Let's take a look at your starting lineups tonight. First of all, for the visitors, the Knights of Bishop Luers High School. Trey Underwood is a 6'3 senior. He'll wear number 5. Ray Walker Jr., a 5'10 senior, wears number 11. J.J. Foster Jr., a 5'11 senior, as confusing as that is, he'll wear number 12. Jalen Causey is a 5'9 freshman. He'll wear number 22. And Anton Berry is a 6'5 senior, and he'll wear number 25. So again, for Bishop Luers tonight, it'll be Underwood and Walker, along with Foster, Causey, and Berry. Of course, J.J. Foster, in his 4th year as head coach of Bishop Luers, he's 36 and 33 in his young coaching career. For Northrop, Darius Craig is a 5'9 senior. He'll wear number 3. Tavon Johnson is a 6'5 senior. He'll wear number 5. Richard Robertson, a 5'10 senior. He'll wear number 10. Ty J. Cobb is a 6'4 senior. He'll wear number 13. And one of the key cogs on the Northrop football team from this fall, Antoine Washington Jr., is a 6'3 junior. He'll wear number 33. So again, for Northrop, it'll be Craig and Johnson, along with Robertson, Cobb, and Washington. Rod Chamble, 10 and 16 in his 2nd year here at Fort Wayne Northrop, and you might get a glimpse of the black shirts with the coach's name on the back. Of course, that's in tribute to the coach's daughter, who was a basketball player at Snyder High School and was killed in a tragic car accident earlier this season. Fort Wayne Northrop and Bishop Luers, this has been a dandy of a rivalry over the last 30 years or so. Northrop holds a slight edge in the last 3 decades, winning 21 and dropping 20. Last year, though, Luers had their way, with Northrop winning 103 to 68. And this is 2 fairly young teams going to duke it out here tonight. Of course, like the girls program, Luers trying to get back to that prominence that they've enjoyed over the past several years. They have a couple of state titles to their credit, back-to-back in 2008 and 2009. Of course, those under the direction of Coach James Blackman, and that's also when they were in 2A. They're in 3A now. Those same 2 years, there are only 2 semi-states and regionals. They've also won 5 sectional titles in their school history, and the first one came back in 2007. So a lot of history with Bishop Luers, but most of it has come really, really recently. Meanwhile, for Northrop, when you look at what they've been able to do throughout their school's history, and as far as tournament action goes, they are looking to return to prominence, as they have a very good tournament history as well. They've got a state title to their credit. That came back in 1974. That also just happened to be the only year they won a semi-state title. They've also won 5 regionals and 12 sectional titles. So both teams know a little bit about winning, and they both know a little bit about winning this season as they come in undefeated here tonight. Luers in the road red uniforms with the white trim. Meanwhile, the Northrop Bruins, they're in the home white with the orange and Brown trim. It'll be the homestanding Bruins going left to right to get things underway here tonight, and the ball is in the air, and it is controlled by Antoine Washington Jr. This is Darius Craig, works the dribble, and a near steal, and now a turnover as Bishop Luers comes up with the basketball, and on the other end, laying it up and in is Anton Berry.
Number 25, Anton Berry.
And Berry gets Luers on the board first, and the Knights come with full court pressure. Craig tries to size up the defense. Got it to Robertson. They'll get it on up. Here's a shot up, and it's good from Tyje Cobb. Tyje Cobb's got his first basket. We're tied at 2. This is Trey Underwood with it. Now it comes to Ray Walker Jr. Jr. over to the right side. J.J. Foster Jr. They'll force it inside, kick it over in the right corner. Ray Walker Jr. pull up, no good. And Antoine Washington's got the rebound for Northrop. Bruins quickly back the other way. Nice crowd here on a Friday night, driving to the basket and missing the layup, and a whistle and a foul coming up against Luers. That's
Fouls on number 22, Jalen Causey.
I'm going to put it on 22, Jalen Causey, the freshman. It comes into Washington. Out to Tyje Cobb. Back on the baseline. Here's a dump off for Tyje Cobb, but it's a turnover for Northrop. Full court pressure by the Bruins. This is J.J. Foster Jr. into the front court. Flips it off for Jalen Causey. The freshman will throw it over on the right side. Driving all the way to the basket, had it blocked from behind. And back the other way comes Northrop. Bruins in a hurry all the way to the other end. Up no good. Follow-up dunk wouldn't go. As Tavon Johnson showed us some ups, he just couldn't get it to go down. And we're going to go back the other way. They're going to call the foul on Tyje Cobb. That'll be his first. But boy, how about the ups from Tavon Johnson? Still tied at 2, just under 6 to play in the first quarter. Ray Walker Jr. and a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. That's going to go on Craig. That's his first, second against Northrop. Anton Berry, and he is going to be fouled, and this one is going to go on Tyje Cobb, and that'll be his second.
Number 24, Nico Blaster.
And now the big fella, Nico Braster, the 6'4 senior, is going to check into the Northrop lineup. This could be some kind of battle inside between he and Trey Underwood. That's a lot of size in the paint. Here's Jalen Causey down to the baseline, and another foul against Northrop. And this one's going to go on Richard Robertson. That's his first. 4 team fouls here in the first 2.5 minutes against Northrop. It'll be J.J. Foster to inbound. And it's stolen away. Antoine Washington Jr. comes up with a steal. Northrop in a hurry, back the other way. All the way to the basket is Robertson. It won't go, but a whistle and a foul. This one's going to go on J.J. Foster Jr. And for Foster, that'll be his first. That's the second team foul against Luers. And it's going to send Richard Robertson, the 5'10 senior, to the line. It's up, no good. Second one's up, it is good. And that breaks a scoring drought for both teams. And Northrop leads it 3-2. Bruins coming with some pressure up top. Nice feed inside, and the freshman's going to get the easy basket, Jalen Causey.
Basket by number 22, Jalen Causey.
4-3, Bishop Luers with the lead. This is Craig out near the timeline. Hands it off for Robertson. Down low to the big fellow, and Nico Braster can't get it to go, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Luers' Trey Underwood.
Number 5, Trey Underwood. Number 24, Nico Braster is on.
And it's going to send Braster to the free throw line. Big fella up there to shoot two. First one's on the way and no good. A 1-point lead for Luers. We've got 4:48 remaining in the first quarter. One more for Braster. Missed them both. Washington's got the offensive rebound, and then a whistle and a foul on Luers, and that one's going to go on Trey Underwood, and that'll be his second. So Trey Underwood has picked up 2 fouls here in the first quarter, and that's going to get Jason Davis,
Number 3, Jason Davis.
another 6'5 senior, off the bench. Inbounds comes in the corner to Johnson. He'll drive it all the way inside, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Anton Berry for Luers. Knights back the other way, trying to extend a 1-point lead, 4-3. Here's a long one up, and it's an air ball from Jason Davis, who launches the first time he touched tonight. And the Northrop student section letting him hear about it. Full court pressure from Luers. Little under 4.5 to play first quarter. And they'll turn it over. Steal by Jason Davis. Off it comes to Foster into the front court. Left-handed dribble into the lane. Off-balance shot. And no good. And the rebound comes down to Antoine Washington. Long outlet up ahead and an easy layup for Richard Robertson. He's got 3, and it's a 5-4 lead now for Northrop. Here's Foster in the lane, kicks it over right side. Davis shot no good. And the rebound was tapped out, and a whistle and a foul against Ray Walker of Luers.
Number 11, Ray Walker.
Sam Scales, 6'1 junior, in for Northrop.
Number 4, Sam Scales in now for Northrop.
Here's a baseline jumper up that's no good from Scales on his first touch of the night. Luers quickly back the other way. Behind the back dribble to the basket, and a nice move from J.J. Foster.
J.J. Foster.
Luers back on top, 6-5. Full court pressure from the Knights, and now Northrop's going to have to hurry. And they just get it across before the 10-second call. Here's Robertson. Down low it goes to the big fella, Nico Braster, and he'll put it in. His first hoop of the night, 7-6, Northrop back on top. Ray Walker Jr. on the right side. Bounces now between the circles. This is the freshman, Jalen Causey. Drives it, throws it up off balance, it won't go. Ball tapped around. Luers has it, and an and one opportunity coming up for the Knights. Count the basket for Ray Walker Jr. And the foul is on Antoine Washington. That's his first. Team fouls even now at 5 apiece. Walker looking for the old-fashioned three-point play. And he can't get it. And the rebound to Northrop. Bruins in a hurry, back the other way. Nice feed, reverse layup would not go. And the rebound comes down to Luers. Sam Scales couldn't get it to go. It was a nice move. And on the other end, a whistle and another foul against Northrop.
That was number 4, Sam Scales.
And for Sam Scales, that's his first. 16 fouls already against Northrop, 5 against Luers, and we still have just a little under 2.5 to go in the first quarter. And now a 5-second violation going to be called against Luers. And now the Knights will extend some full court pressure. It comes into Washington. He'll get it back to Richard Robertson. He'll throw it into the front court. Up ahead to Scales. To Washington down the lane, and he lost the handle out of bounds. It'll be Luers basketball. A lot of action, but we only have an 8-7 score with a little over 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. This is Ray Walker. Jalen Causey now with it. I'll throw it up top. Working it into the paint, throwing up an off-balance shot, and not a good shot at all. And back the other way comes Northrop in a hurry. Here's Nico Baster, off-balance shot, no good. And they tried to throw it to Causey. He wasn't looking, bounced off his back, but fortunate for Luers, Anton Berry able to pick it back up. Up ahead to Foster. Back it comes to Berry. Spins against Washington, into the lane, a lot of contact, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Anton Berry. The big fella, Nico Braster, stood in there and took the charge. And Alex Nair is going to check in for the first time tonight for Bishop Luers. We'll also get our first look at Jalen Charlton, a 6'3 senior, in for the first time. He'll replace the freshman, Jalen Causey. Now Luers is going to back off the pressure. Craig down to the corner. They'll get it inside to Washington. A nice move to put it off the glass. 9-8, Northrop back on top. Here's Berry, had his shot lost out of bounds. They say he was the last to touch it. And it'll be Northrop basketball. I think Anton Berry thought he was fouled. No call, goes back to Northrop. Bruins, the basketball, a 1-point lead as we go under a minute in the first. Here's a long one by Robertson that's no good. And Anton Berry's got the rebound for Bishop Luers. Under 50 seconds to play. Walker into the front court. Left side for Davis. They'll work it inside for Berry. Out to Alex Nair. Inside turnaround jumper by Berry is no good. Northrop in a hurry, back the other way. Here's Robertson, drives in, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Berry. And now Luers will turn it over again. Here's Washington, runs over Berry, no call. Missed the shot. Northrop keeps the basketball. 3-ball left corner is good.
Richard Robertson.
That's Robertson with his 6th point of the night. And Luers won't get a shot away, but we do have a foul. Right at the end of the quarter. And that will be free throws for Bishop Luers. The foul is on Scales. That's the 7th team foul. So before the quarter officially ends, it'll be Jalen Charlton at the line to shoot 1 and 1. Well, now maybe not. Well, now maybe so. Now the officials are telling them they've got to put their team out at half court. So no time on the clock, so really nothing to be accomplished by putting anyone on the lane at this point. It'll just be Charlton shooting 1 of the bonus as Luers finds themselves behind by 4. First one's up and good, and that's the first point of the night for Jalen Charlton. Second one is no good, but Luers will have the basketball as we head to the second quarter. After one, 12-9, Northrop has the lead. A first quarter with a lot of action, but not a lot of scoring. Let's take a look at some of the rankings coming into this second weekend of December in Indiana high school basketball. When you look at Class 4A, New Albany ranked number 1 from down south. Bulldogs are 2-0. Indianapolis North Central ranked second at 2-0. Then comes Lawrence North at 3-0. Carmel's 3-0. And over near Lafayette, McCutcheon at 3-1, ranked 5th this week. 6 through 10 has Logansport. Fort Wayne Northside ranked number 7. Homestead is number 8. Ben Davis is 9th, and East Chicago Central is ranked 10th. Other teams from Northeast Indiana, really just one more, as Warsaw ranked number 13 this week in the 4A poll. The 3A poll this week, of course, Bishop Luers participates in 3A. Northwood now 2-0. They knocked off a pretty good Westview team the other night to remain number 1. Twin Lakes is second. Griffith, Tri-West, and Park Tudor in Indianapolis round out the top 5. 6 through 10, Marion, Indianapolis, Brebeuf, Tipton, and Brownstown Central as we get underway here in this second quarter. Bishop Luers has the basketball, trailing by 3. Here's Ray Walker into the front court. Inside, got it to J.J. Foster, but a whistle and a holding foul away from the basketball. And I think they're going to put this one on Richard Robertson. That'll be his second.
That was number 10, Richard Robertson.
And that's going to give Alex Nair a chance to go to the free throw line and get himself in the score column tonight and bring the Knights a little bit closer. First one's up and good. Nair, a 6-foot senior. Second one is on the way, and it's good. So Alex Nair gets them both, and that cuts it to a 1-point lead. Northrop by 1 with the basketball. Just underway, second quarter. Darius Craig will throw it over in the right corner. They'll go inside for Washington. Nice spin move on the baseline. Had it blocked by Davis. Northrop, though, will keep the basketball. Here's the big fella, Baxter, down the line, and he can't finish, but he'll go to the line.
Foul for number 3, Jason Davis.
And for Jason Davis, that's his first foul. And Braster will go to the line. He's got 2 tonight, 0 for 2 at the charity stripe. Free throw up and good. Ups the lead for Northrop to 2 at 13-11. Second one up, and it's good. So Braster got them both. 14-11, it's a 3-point Northrop lead. Here's Foster. Throws it cross court. Davis will spot up for one in the corner, no good. Washington with a rebound and a whistle and a foul. And They're going to.
Fouls number 10, Richard Robertson.
They put that one on Richard Robertson. Boy, I didn't see that. That's his third. So Richard Robertson will have to go to the bench with those 3 fouls. That's 9 team fouls now against Northrop. And Jalen Royal is into the ball game for the first time tonight, a 5'8 junior. Here's Anton Berry with it. They'll work it back up top. Long 3 by Foster is no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Luers, and they'll get a chance to redo. This is Walker. Now to Foster. He'll work it against Scales. Back up to Alex Nair. Long 3 by Berry is good, and we're tied.
Number 25, Anton Berry.
Anton Berry's got 5. We're tied at 14. First 3 of the night for Luers, and Northrop will turn it over. So now Luers has a chance to take the lead after trailing by as many as 4 here in the first half. Walker, right side for Nair. Nair has it against Royal. Back it comes to Foster, top of the key. Left side of the lane, off balance shot, would not go, but a whistle and a foul is going to send J.J. Foster to the free throw line.
Fouls number 4, Sam Scale. Number 12, J.J. Foster at the line.
Foul, by the way, was on Scales. That's 3 on Sam Scales off the bench as Foster puts the free throw up and in.
Number 5, Tavon Johnson back in for Northrop.
Tavon Johnson is checked back in for the Bruins. As Foster looks to knock home the second. It's on the way, rims out, no good, and Nico Braster's got the rebound. Northrop gets it quickly to the other end. Here's Johnson. Tried to get it to Washington, and a whistle and a foul against Luers. That's going to go on Nair.
Alex Nair.
That's his first. 8 team fouls now against Luers, and it's going to be Antoine Washington to the free throw line up there to shoot 1 in the bonus. Washington's first is good. Of course, we talked about earlier, he was a big cog in that high-powered football offense for the Bruin football team this past fall. That one's no good, and up high to rip down the rebound was Jason Davis. Here's Nair with it. Work it back up top to Davis. Davis against Nico Braster up top. Got it inside to Anton Berry. Off balance turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound loose and picked up by Northrop. Bruins back the other way, trying to break a 15-15 tie with 5:30 to play in the first half. Darius Craig working that left-handed dribble up top. Braster in the lane, got it.
Nico Braster.
6 for Nico Braster, and it's a 2-point lead now for Northrop, 17-15. Here's Davis. Left side, Walker. Can't get it to go, but a whistle and another foul. And this one's going to send Ray Walker to the free throw line. And Braster will pick up the foul. That's his first. Double bonus for the rest of the half now for Luers. A Walker to shoot 2. First one's on the way and good. Second one would tie the game as Jason Davis and Alex Nair are out of the ball game. The freshman Jalen Causey is back in. Also, Trey Underwood and those 2 fouls has checked back in for Bishop Luers. Second one from Walker, got them both. Ray Walker Jr. now with 4. We're tied at 17, and more full court pressure from Bishop Luers, but no problem getting it up the floor this time for Northrop. Washington can't finish. Battle for the rebound. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Northrop. It's been a physical game to this point tonight. Northrop tries to throw it in underneath their own basket. That was close to a 5-second call. Almost turned it over, and now they do, but Luers can't come up with a basketball. Ray Walker run out of real estate over on that far sideline, and now the officials are going to get together and talk about it. I think they were talking about where to put the ball in play, and they got it right. Inbounds comes to Craig. Left-handed dribble across the timeline. May have gotten away with a push-off. Here's Washington. Over left side to Craig. His 3, no good. Battle for the rebound as Tavin Colbert couldn't bring it in. And now he did bring it in, and now they'll try to get it out to Washington. Over to Colbert, back to Washington. He'll fire from 17, off the window, too strong. Offensive rebound, though, by Northrop, and they'll have another chance. Here's Royal. Got it over on the right side to Johnson, inside to Washington. His shot no good, but Antoine Washington Jr. is going to go to the free throw line.
Number 25, Anton Berry.
Berry will pick up the foul. That's his second.
Number 33, Antoine Washington at the line.
Washington's free throw takes a big bounce and goes through. 4 now for Antoine Washington. Second one in the air. It's too strong off the glass. Offensive rebound, though, for Northrop. Shot wouldn't go, and now the follow wouldn't go. Quickly to the other end is Luers, and the freshman Jalen Causey will lay it up and in. 19-18, Luers on top. Here's Washington. Down the lane, scoops it up, wouldn't go. Rebound comes down to Anton Berry. Berry. Left side for Walker. I'll swing it over to Foster on the right side. Now to Berry. He'll take the baseline jumper and knock it home.
Number 25, Anton Berry.
Anton Berry's got 7. 21-18. Luers by 3. Coming up on 3 minutes to play. Here's a strong drive to the basket. Shot no good from Tavon Johnson. And Luers will turn it back over.
24, Nico Braster back in now for the Bruins.
Nico Braster back into the ball game for Northrop. He'll come in to replace Antoine Washington. And now Northrop is going to take a 30-second timeout. 3:12 to play here in the first half. And Luers has been in the double bonus for some time, but
30-second timeout.
they've had trouble getting to the stripe ever since Northrop picked up that 10th team foul. Meanwhile, the Bruins will go into the double bonus on the next foul committed by Luers. 21-18 the score, Luers on top. So it'll be Northrop basketball out of the timeout. Bruins trail it by 3 with 3:12 to play. Inbounds will come to Darius Craig. Craig Over on the far side, it's a 2-3 zone now from Bishop Luers. Ball poked away. Saved over there on the left corner by Tavon Johnson. Ball getting kicked around loose, and now we've got a whistle and a foul, and that's going to go on Ray Walker. That'll be his second, and it's going to send Northrop to the free throw line to shoot the double bonus. And it'll be Tavon Johnson, the 6'5 senior, to shoot him. Johnson's free throw no good. Anton Berry is going to check back in for Luers. And Tyjae Cobb back in now for Northrop. So one more for Tavon Johnson. Missed it. And Luers has the rebound and a chance to extend their three-point lead. Here's a drive to the hoop, and a whistle and a foul will send Ray Walker back to the free throw line.
Number 12, Jalen Royal.
As the foul is pinned on Royal. That's his first. And Walker back to the stripe. He's 2 out of 3 there so far tonight. Got the first.
Number 32, Jalen Charlton.
Jalen Charlton, the 6'3 senior, back into the lineup for Luers as he comes in to replace Anton Berry. Walker's second one, it's good.
Number 2, Alex
So after missing his first free throw tonight, Ray Walker Jr. has hit his last 4. He's got 6 points in the ball game, and this is the biggest lead of the night so far for Luers at 5. It's 23-18. Knights coming with full court pressure. Up ahead it comes to Nico Braster. He'll drive it all the way in, put it in, and a foul. Look at the big fella go.
Basket is good.
Nico Braster has 9 off the bench tonight for Northrop. That is nearly half of his team's total. And he'll have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play as Luers makes a whole host of substitutions. Berry among those checking back into the ball game. Braster's free throw no good, and the rebound comes down to Anton Berry. 3-point lead in the basketball for Luers. Here's a pull-up three from Foster.
Number 12, J.J. Foster.
Now that's the biggest lead of the night for Luers at 6. It's 26-20. Northrop tries to hurry up the floor. Here's Craig. Comes back over to Royal. He'll launch a three, no good. Rebound comes down to J.J. Foster. Luers back the other way. Foster stutter step into the paint. Out it comes to Davis. His three, no good. And the rebound secured in there by Jalen Royal for Northrop. Six-point lead for Bishop Luers as we hit a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Craig, left side. Got it to Tyjae Cobb, back out to Craig. Down to a minute 20 to play. They'll put it inside. Shot up, no good by Cobb, and Luers has the rebound. Long outlet, and the feed to Davis, and it was taken away by Northrop. Bruins back to the other end. Craig to the basket, up and in. 26-22 Luers. Here's Foster up top. Drives it right side of the lane, and he's fouled. That's going to send J.J. Foster back to the free throw line. The foul was on Jalen Royal, his second. Of course, both teams have been in the double bonus for now what seems like ever. First free throw up, and it's good for J.J. Foster. Luers has got 9 of their 27 from the free throw line tonight. Make it 10 of 28. As Foster knocks home a pair, and the lead back to 6 for Luers. Here's Nico Braster with it. Got it to Royal. Over it goes to Craig. Under a minute to play. Inside Braster, a little running one-hander. It's no good, and on the rebound, a whistle and a foul. And they're going to put that on Ty J. Cobb. That'll be his third.
Number 13, Ty J. Cobb.
And we'll walk to the other end, and more free throws cut up for Luers as Daquan Merriweather, the 5'10 sophomore, to the line for the first time tonight. Free throw up and good. First point of the night for the sophomore. He'll have one more. It's on the way, left that one short. But he does extend his lead, his team's lead to 7. Here comes full court pressure from the Knights. Craig will throw it up into the front court. They'll try the lob to Tavon Johnson, missed it, and Luers back the other way. Ball knocked loose in the lane, still loose. Northrop comes out with it. Now it's kicked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Northrop. Craig throws it up into the front court. Braster will swing it cross court for Royal. Over on the left corner, shot up and good from Tavon Johnson. And Luers won't get his shot away, and that's the end of the first half. What a fun half of basketball that was between two unbeaten teams here in the SAC. At the break, Luers leads Northrop 29-24. Stay tuned. Second half action coming up in a bit. It's high school basketball at Summit City Sports. And we get ready for second half action here at Northrop with Bishop Luers leading the Northrop Bruins 29-24. And one of the biggest stats in that first half, 11 of 15 from the free throw line, Bishop Luers, and that is basically what propelled them into the lead late in that second quarter. An entertaining first half of basketball it was, and we anticipate much more of that here in the second half. And also a shout out to the dance teams of the student body here at Northrop High School. Outstanding halftime show with the two dance teams, and then some students rather entertaining with displaying the NHS at the half court circle. Both teams going to come back with their original starting lineups to start this third quarter. Again, Bishop Luers leads it 29-24. I checked that. Nico Braster is going to get the start for Northrop, and he had a very impressive first half for the Bruins with 8 points. In fact, he leads the Bruins in scoring off the bench. Northrop will have the basketball as we open up this third quarter, as Craig will toss it in for Richard Robertson, who something to keep an eye on with Richard Robertson as we start this third quarter. He's playing with 3 fouls. Right side to Craig. They'll lob it down low for Braster. Spins on the baseline. Can't get it to go. Rebound knocked around. Braster got it back and put it in.
Number 24, Nico Braster.
And he's in double figures now with 10. Barry throws it over on the left side. That's Ray Walker. A little bit of pushing and shoving between Cottle and Robertson. And now we'll get a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. This one's going to go on Antoine Washington. That'll be his second. Luers will throw it in from underneath their own basket as Barry got it into the freshman, and he puts it up and in. Jalen Causey with his 6-point. Full court pressure from Bishop Luers. They'll work it up ahead to Tavon Johnson. Ball knocked away and loose and stolen away by Luers. Knights trying to run back the other way, all the way to the basket with the left hand. Couldn't finish. Barry's got the rebound. He'll muscle it up in traffic and put it in.
Basket number 25, Anton Berry.
Anton Barry's got 9. 33-26 Luers. Here's a steal. Walker back the other way, will lay it up and in.
Steal in basket number 11, Ray Walker.
That's 8 for Ray Walker. 9 points now, the biggest lead of the night for Luers, and a timeout taken by Northrop as Bishop Luers has extended that lead now to 9 here early in this third quarter. And we haven't played a minute and a half, and Northrop already forced to use a timeout. One of the things you noticed in that third quarter, or the start of that quarter, it seemed like Bishop Luers had a little more sense of urgency defensively, and we're doing a better job of forcing the issue against Northrop than what maybe they did in the first half. And Northrop just did not respond to that for whatever reason, and I'm sure in the huddle that's one of the things that's being discussed right now for the Northrop Bruins. Of course, this is one of those fun nights around the SAC. Lots of girls, boys, double headers. Northrop won the girls game earlier tonight. And right now, Luers on top of the boys game by 9, 35-26, with 6:32 to play. Here's Craig. He'll throw it into the front court. They'll get it down low to Nico Braster, and he'll put it up and in, and the big fella's got 12. And it's 35-28 Luers. Here's Barry, right side for Walker. Comes to the free throw line in Underwood, back to Walker. His pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Luers, just over 5 to play here in the third quarter. Foster to throw it in. Got it inside to Underwood, and he'll muscle it up and in, and the first basket for the big 6'3" senior. 37-28, lead back to 9. Here's Washington. Got it to Craig as Luers will fall back into their zone. Inside to Braster. He can't finish this time, but he's fouled and will go back to the free throw line again.
Fouls number 12, J.J. Foster.
For J.J. Foster, his second.
Number 24, Nico Braster at the line.
And Nico Braster back up there to shoot too. And he's had a good night thus far with 12 points. Make it 13 as he drops the free throw home. Missed his first 2, but he has since hit 3 of his last 4. He's got one more. Left that one short. And Walker's got the rebound quickly back the other way for Luers, and he is tripped up. And that one's going to go on Sam Scales, and that'll be his 4th. So Scales now with 4. He's really the only player on either team in any kind of foul trouble at this point.
Number 11, Jesse Silvero, second in for Northrop.
Jesse Silvero. Philho, if I got that right, is into the ball game for the first time tonight. Here's Foster. Back to Underwood. His shot is short, and Washington's got the rebound. 5:23 to play, third quarter. It's an 8-point lead for Bishop Luers. Here's a pass inside for Washington. Tried to dump it down low for Braster. Knocked away, but Northrop retains possession. Here's a long three by Robertson, and it's good.
Number 10, Richard Robertson.
His second triple of the night cuts the Luers lead down to 5. It's 37-32. Here's Causey to Walker. Right side it comes to Foster. Back to Walker. They'll work it over to Anton Berry in the left corner. Berry will come back to Causey. This is Foster. Tries to turn the corner. Off balance shot, and they're going to call the offensive foul on J.J. Foster.
Offensive foul, number 12, J.J. Foster.
So for Foster, that's his third. Second team foul here in the second half against Luers. Now we've got a Luers foul. That's going to go
Number 22, Jalen Causey.
against Causey. That'll be his second. Now Luers trying to cut into a 5-point second half lead, or Northrop rather trying to cut into Luers' 5-point second half lead. Here's a turnover. It's taken away, and a whistle and a foul is going to come up against Northrop.
Also number 11, Jesse Silvera.
That's going to go on Jesse Silvero. That'll be his first. From Brazil is Jesse Silvero. Here's Walker. Across the timeline. Little fancy dribbling. Whip pass. Tried to get it inside to Underwood, and that was even a little too much for Underwood to figure out was coming. They say last touch, though, by Northrop. So it'll stay with Bishop Luers. Knights try to throw it in underneath their own basket. Comes into Johnson, and he'll put it in. Or Underwood, rather. Trey Underwood's got his 4th point. Near steal. Here's Silverejo all the way to the basket. Can't finish, but he is fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Also number 22, Jalen Causey.
Causey picks up his third.
Number 11, Jesse Silvera at the line.
Silvera to the line to try to pick up his first points tonight. First one is short.
Number 15, Tajay Cobb. Back in for Northrop. Number 3, Jason Davis.
Davis is going to check back in, and he'll replace the freshman Jalen Causey. Silverio got the second. He's in the score column with his first point of the night. It's a 6-point lead now for Bishop Luers. Knights also have the basketball. Ray Walker, deep three off the back, no good. Rebound comes down to Craig. Northrop pushes the other way. Silverejo will run it into the lane, tries to dump it down low for Cobb, and it's knocked and stolen away. Here's Underwood. Up, no good. Or Foster, rather, no good. Back the other way comes Richardson. Trying to split a double team, a lot of contact, no call. Picked up by Craig. Long three won't go. Rebound comes down to Richardson, had it knocked and stolen away, and Foster will lay it up on the other end.
Number 12, J.J. Foster.
That's 11 or 12, make it for J.J. Foster. And the lead is now 8 for Bishop Luers. We're under 3 to play here in the third quarter. Here's Richardson, and he is going to be fouled, and that's going to go on Jason Davis.
Also number 3, Jason Davis.
That's his second. 5 team fouls now against Luers here in the second half. Craig will inbound right in front of his own bench as they wait on Antoine Washington to tie his shoot. Comes into Richardson. Behind the back dribble. Fires, left elbow, no good. And Anton Berry tracks down the long rebound. Long outlet up ahead, and it's laid up and in by Trey Underwood. He's got 6, and it's a 10-point lead now for Bishop Luers. Here's Craig across the center circle. Got it inside, and a shot looked like it was partially blocked as Cobb tried to go to the basket. And then it's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Northrop. Foster's out of the game for Luers, and Alex Nair is checked in, but not before there's a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout for the night.
2:18 to play here in the third quarter. Luers has taken that lead now and extended it to 10. 43-33. We've got 2:18 left in the third. Not as many fouls called so far here in this second half as what we saw in the first half. 5 against Luers, only 3 called in the second half against Northrop. So it'll be Craig to inbound. Got it into Richardson. Inside it goes to Braster. Back to Richardson. Pulls up on the right baseline and knocks it home. Richard Robertson. Here's a drive, and the shot no good on the other end. And Northrop quickly to the other way. Here's a pull-up three by Silverejo, no good. And the rebound to Anton Berry. 1:46 to play, third quarter. 8-point lead in the basketball for Bishop Luers. Walker drifts over to the left side, finds Underwood left elbow. Back out to Walker, up top to Nair. Right side to Jason Davis. Bounce pass down on the baseline to Underwood. Back out to Davis. Bishop Luers taking a little time off the clock with this possession. Down to 1:10 to play, third quarter. Here's Walker. Back to Underwood, right corner for Nair. Inside to Berry, and he had it knocked away and stolen. Richardson comes out with the basketball. Under a minute to play, third quarter. Richardson into the lane, had it poked away by Nair. Ball loose. Nair flips it up ahead. It's a race for the ball. Berry will catch up to it. And what hustle by Bishop Luers. And now they'll let things settle down just a little bit. We're under a minute to play in the third quarter, but what a play by Alex Nair. And now they're going to say Ray Walker Jr. carried the basketball. Northrop, trailing by 8, has the basketball. We're nearing the final seconds of the third quarter. Richardson will work the dribble. The possession arrow to start the fourth quarter favors Luers. Here's Silverejo, drive baseline, threw it away, and it's stolen right back away by Craig. Throws it up at the horn, no good, and we go to the fourth quarter with Bishop Luers leading 43-35. It has been a physical basketball game, to say the least, here tonight. And if you're thinking about looking ahead for these two teams and what they've got coming up in the very near future for Bishop Luers, they don't have a whole lot of time to rest, as they're going to get right back at it. As the Knights looking to go to 3-0, they will be in action December 13th at home against Horizon Christian, and then should they remain unbeaten, they would have a big game hosting Homestead on December the 16th, and then they'll travel down to Indianapolis just before Christmas to take on a pretty good Indianapolis Manual team that entering play tonight was 1-1 on the season. Meanwhile, Fort Wayne Northrop, they will, after tonight, have Fort Wayne South not until the 16th for that one. And they'll play Canterbury and New Haven to wrap up their pre-Christmas portion of their schedule. But Luers has the basketball and an 8-point lead as we start this fourth quarter. Here's Walker over to the right side. To Barry, now to Foster. Back cross court it comes to Anton Barry. Left-handed dribble into the lane, all the way to the basket, and he lays it in.
25, Anton Barry.
That's 11 for Anton Barry. Here's Craig, found a seam, couldn't finish, got his own rebound, got it to Cobb, and he'll put it in. Tyjay Cobb with his 4th point. Here's a 3 up by Foster that's no good. And on the rebound, they're going to put the foul on Underwood. Trey Underwood with his 3rd, and Nico Braster with a big thank you to the official. Still an 8-point lead for Luers, 45-37. Here's Richardson double teamed right in front of the Northrop bench. Got it back to Craig, and his pass kicked out of bounds. And boy, fortunate somebody didn't really take one in the face down on the bench. Here's Richardson on the inbound. And he had his pocket picked. Walker back the other way, will lay it up and in.
Number 11, Ray Walker.
The lead back to 10, 47-37. Craig on the other end. Leaves it for Cobb, and he'll put it in for his 6th point. That was a couple of quick buckets. Here's Foster, drives in, lost it out of bounds, though. Last touch by Northrop. 6:23 remaining. It's an 8-point lead for Bishop Luers. Tavon Johnson, the 6'5 senior, back in now for Northrop. Inbounds comes to Anton Barry. The feed in the lane to Underwood. He couldn't finish, and Northrop's back the other way trying to cut into this 8-point lead. Here's Johnson. Lost the handle. Picked up in the lane by Underwood. Now it's loose again. Still loose, and a quick timeout going to be taken by Northrop. Luers was trying to say that they didn't have possession of the basketball, but the official said he did. And they'll get the 30-second timeout. Of course, each possession, we're getting to the point now where each possession becomes more and more important. And for Northrop, even more so, trailing by 8. And I got to say one other thing, too. The music selection here tonight at Northrop High School during timeouts and halftime has been rather entertaining as well. Been an enjoyable trip here to the Mark Schaff Gymnasium. Northrop looks to inbound, and they do. It comes in to Brassard. Out to Richardson. Back inside to Nico Brassard, and he runs over Anton Barry and lost the ball out of bounds. No call on the foul, and they say the ball was last touched by Luers. So Northrop will keep it. Inbounding underneath their own basket with 5:55 to play, trailing by 8. Comes into Brassard, and nice little touch pass to Ty Cobb. And Cobb's got 8. And a quick timeout taken by Luers after they could not get the ball in bounds. So it'll be a 30-second timeout taken by the Knights, who have had their lead cut down to 6. It's now 47-41. So Bishop Luers, after not being able to get the ball in bounds, calls the timeout. It'll be Tavon Johnson to guard that inbounds pass again, and that made it tough on the Knights earlier. They do get it in this time, and they'll turn it over as they get up the floor. Brassard comes up with a loose ball to Richardson. He'll drive in, can't finish, but the foul is going to go on Anton Berry. And, Robertson's going to go to the free throw line. Richard Robertson will have a chance to make this a 4-point ball game. Free throw up and good. That's 12 now for Richard Robertson. He's got one more. It's on the way and good. 47-43. That 12-point lead has been trimmed to 4. And pressure from Northrop, but they'll force another turnover as Foster's called for traveling.
Number 11, Jesse Silvera.
Silvera is going to check back into the Northrop lineup. Inbounds comes to Richard Robertson. Across the top of the key, over to the left wing. Step back 3, no good. Long rebound corralled in by J.J. Foster. He'll get it to Walker. Walker trying to beat the defense back down the floor is fouled. And that's going to go on Richard Robertson, and that's going to be his 4th.
Number 10, Richard Robertson. Number 5, Tavon Johnson checking in.
So Robertson becomes the first player with 4 fouls tonight. Inbounds will come to Anton Berry in the backcourt. Flips it off to Foster. He'll bring it across the timeline. Walker drives in, lost the handle, stolen away by Northrop. Bruins back the other way. Shot up good by Robertson. The lead is down to 2. Here's Foster to Berry. 18-footer, left it short. Rebound tapped out. Davis has it in the corner. He'll throw it up for Walker. That's it over and back. And now Bishop Luers wants a full timeout. The Knights have seen all but 2 points of a 12-point lead slip away. And momentum clearly on the side of Northrop. So to recap, as we've got 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in regulation, Northrop is in the bonus. 17 fouls against Bishop Luers here in the second half. 4 have been called against the homestanding Bruins. So they've got a few fouls to give should it get to that point. As Silvarejo was trying to check back in, but he's going to have to wait till after the ball's put in play. Inbounds comes to Robertson. Stutter step, almost lost it, backs it back out. Works off a screen up top and a whistle and a foul. And they're going to put this one on Ray Walker. That'll be his third. And it's going to send Richard Robertson to the free throw line. And he has almost taken over this ball game here in the fourth quarter. He's got 15 tonight. Make it 16. As he's cut the lead to 1. Second one on the way. Missed it. 1 point game. Bishop Luers the rebound. 4:10 to go. And they almost turn it over again, and we almost got an up-close introduction to Tyjae Cobb.
Number 12, Jalen Royal.
Jalen Causey is going to check back in for Luers. So Causey is back in the ball game. Also back in for Northrop, Jalen Royal, number 12. Here's Foster. Over it goes to Causey. Foster again, left side. Drives it into the lane, and he gets a shove from behind by Jalen Royal. That'll be his third.
Also number 12, Jalen Royal.
Foster to inbound, comes in the corner. Here's Barry, pulls up left elbow, back out, they'll throw it for Foster. Foster side steps, left to the lane, got it to Barry, pump fake, drives it into the lane, a lot of contact, and that's going to send Anton Barry to the free throw line.
Also number 13, Tyjae Cobb.
That's going to go on Cobb, that's his fourth. So he's the second Bruin with 4 fouls. Or check that. The third Bruin with 4 fouls. As Anton Barry calmly knocks home the first free throw. He's got 12.
Number 11, Jesse Silvera. Checking back in for the Bruins.
Silvero back in now for Northrop. Barry's second is good. So the 6'5 senior is showing his poise as he steps up there and knocks home a couple of big free throws. Back to a 3-point game. Here's Braster on the other end with an easy win. Back to a 1-point game, 49-48. Here's Causey. And the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Luers. And a little bit of an interesting matchup as Causey, the freshman, was going against Richard Robertson, the senior. And now Robertson's going to come out with those 4 fouls. They can't really afford to risk that with the way he's been playing offensively here in the second half. Inbounds comes into Foster. Dribbles through the traffic and back out, and now Luers will set it up as we go under 3 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Now here's a whistle and a foul away from the basketball, and they're going to put this one on Jalen Royal, and that'll be his fourth. Robertson going to check back in. And Silvero also going to check back in now for Northrop, as Barry goes back to the free throw line. Just hit 2 big ones a minute ago, and he knocks this one home. (50-48), trying to make it back a 3-point lead for the Knights. It's on the way and good. 51-48. Luers leads it. Northrop has the basketball. Under 3 minutes to play. Here's Richardson inside, lays it up, or Robertson rather, lays it up and in. Back to a 1-point game, 51-50. And they're going to call Walker for carrying the ball again. That's the second time tonight Ray Walker has been called for palming the basketball. Here's Robertson, tries to drive baseline, and he traveled. Now Tavon Johnson is going to check back in for Northrop. And Trey Underwood back in now for Bishop Luers. Causey will have a seat on the bench for the Knights. 2:34 to play. It's a 1-point ball game. Luers with the lead and the basketball. Here's Walker. Back to Foster. Foster just going to stand out and dribble the basketball. Cobb now going to come out, try to put on a little pressure. Now Foster going to back it back out. Drives it into the lane to the basket. Scoop shot up and good for J.J. Foster. 3-point lead for Luers. Here's Craig the other way, a little out of control. Couldn't get it to go, and Luers comes out with the basketball. Here's Foster across the timeline as we come up on a minute and a half. Inside, here's Davis, and he lays it up and in. First basket for Jason Davis. Quickly to the other end. Here's Robertson, can't finish. Luers comes out with a basketball. Underwood's got it, and he is fouled by Cobb, and that'll be his 5th. Antoine Washington is back in to replace the fouled out Ty-J Cobb. And on the other end, it's going to be Trey Underwood to the free throw line. His first trip there tonight. No good, and Northrop's got the rebound. We're down to a minute 13 to play. Bruins trailing by 5. Here's Craig, and now we've got a whistle and a foul away from the basketball, and that is going to go on Ray Walker. That'll be his 4th. That's the 9th team foul against the Knights, so one more, and Northrop would get into the double bonus, but Richard Robertson will be up there right now to shoot 1 and 1. Free throw up and good. So he'll earn the bonus. He now has 19 points tonight as Scales is back in for Washington. Richard Robertson trying to turn it back into a 1-possession game, and he does. 55-52 Luers. Inbounds comes to Walker. Back to Foster. He'll throw it across the timeline to Ray Walker. Walker has it against Craig. Luers leads it by 3, 55-52. We're under a minute to play. They try to throw it inside, and Foster tracks it down, but we're going to have a whistle and a foul against Northrop. And it looked like J.J. Foster may have been a little bit in no man's land. So Craig picks up the foul. That's his second. Still just a 1-and-1 opportunity for Bishop Luers. As Silvera has checked back in, and Tavon Johnson will have his seat. We're down to 43 seconds to go. J.J. Foster at the line. First one's good. $13 for Foster, make it 14. 57-52, it's now a 2-possession game. Here's Robertson, deep three, got it! What a second half this kid has had tonight. He's got 23 in the ball game, and a full timeout taken by Northrop as the Bruins have cut the lead to 2. So now if you're Luers, you're probably going to have to start thinking about who you want to handle the basketball, because if you run any time at all off, you know Northrop is going to be looking to foul, trailing by 2, 57-55 with 33.9 seconds to play. And also, if you're Northrop, a couple of things you got to be cognizant of. Richard Robertson has 4 fouls. Jalen Royal, who is not on the floor at the moment, has 4. Sam Scales has 4. Tyjay Cobb is already fouled out, so whatever you do with the kind of second half Richard Robertson has had here tonight, you want to make sure he's not the one committing the foul. Walker to throw it in. It comes into Underwood. Fouled immediately. And if that's Scales, that'll be his 5th. And it is.
Number 4 is Sam Scales.
And for Sam Scales, that's his 5th. So Scales becomes the second Bruin to foul out. So Royal has checked in. He too has 4 fouls. But a couple of big free throws coming up right here for Trey Underwood. They're making some noise here at Northrop as Underwood misses the first. He will have one more. Second one is good. So now Luers wants a timeout. 31.8 remaining here in the 4th. That free throw by Underwood has made it a 3-point lead for Bishop Luers, 58-55. And you can almost bet Richard Robertson is going to be the guy that Northrop looks to on this possession. He has taken over here in this second half. He's got 23 in the ball game. And he just hit a 3 a moment ago, his 3rd of the night, that cut that lead down to 2. At the time, 57-55. We're setting ourselves up for a great finish here at Northrop High School tonight. And for both of these teams, this is their only action this weekend. So it'll be Northrop basketball. 31.8 seconds left to go, at least here in regulation. It comes into Robertson. Left-handed dribble across the timeline, picked up by Anton Berry. He drives, creates contact. Berry blocked his shot. And Robinson really couldn't commit the foul. He has 4. So he has to wait for Nico Braster to commit the foul.
Number 24, Nico Braster.
That's his 3rd. And we'll go back to the other end, and Anton Berry is going to go to the free throw line. And he has hit some big free throws already here in this 4th quarter. He is 4 for 4 in this quarter. He'll be up there to shoot 2. 1 would turn it into a 2-possession game. First one's on the way, and he got the roll. That's 16 tonight for Anton Berry. Second one, and he got the bounce again. It's a 2-possession game with 18 seconds to go. Here's Craig into the front court. Hands off for Robertson. He'll take the deep 3. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Berry with 7 seconds. Long outlet to Underwood. Here's Davis for the slam, and that'll do it. Jason Davis with the exclamation point. And Bishop Luers, after almost squandering away a 12-point second-half lead, hang on to win on the road here tonight at Northrop by a final score of 62-55. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Thank you, and have yourself a great weekend. This has been a presentation of Summit City Sports.